So this happened in Louisiana, and it breaks my heart to know that this happens everywhere. Officers need training, better training. It's really sad that this happens. And come to find out, this officer had a grudge. It's really sad to hear this, to see that this goes on. Officers need a lot better training. Watch the video.
Just 72 hours after a police pursuit ended in gunfire, 2 Louisiana law enforcement officers are under arrest, charged with murder in the death of a 6-year-old autistic boy. The boy's father was wounded when the officers opened fire on the car in which he and his son were riding. David Begnaud is in the central Louisiana city of Marksville with the latest. David, good morning.
Anthony, good morning. Those 2 police officers will wake up in jail this morning where they are being held without bail. There is video, we're told, of the shooting and the events leading right up to it. And the head of the Louisiana State Police says he's watched the video, and it's one of the most disturbing things he's ever seen. I'm trying to find this video. 6-year-old Jeremy Martis died in the front seat of his father's vehicle with his dad at the wheel. Investigators say both father and son were shot by Marksville police officers Norris Greenhouse Jr. and Derek Stafford. The officers surrendered Friday night and were charged with second-degree murder for the death of Jeremy and the attempted second-degree murder of his father, Christopher Few. Did you guys intend to kill that father and son? Neither officer would say a word as they were rushed out of the Avoyelles Parish jail in handcuffs. A law enforcement source tells CBS News the officers will not tell state police investigators why they wanted to pull over Mr. Few on Tuesday night, starting a police pursuit that ended in gunfire. Mike Edmondson, head of the Louisiana State Police, has seen the video of the shooting. It is exceptionally rare in a case of an officer-involved shooting for an arrest to happen within 72 hours. How key to these arrests was that video?
That video was incredible. I mean, as a father, much less head of the state police, I looked at that tape and I said, this is incredibly disturbing.
CBS News has learned it was a third officer who recorded the shooting with a body camera after he responded to a call for backup.
There's body camera footage of this.
According to our source, that officer told investigators Christopher Few was not acting in a threatening manner toward police. Initially, there was a report that Christopher Few had a warrant out for his arrest. Turns out there is no warrant. He had no gun in the vehicle. What was that man doing to warrant that traffic stop?
I think the rest of the investigation tells us that. I mean, we've got to look at everyone involved, and we'll get to the part of that. But what we learned from the very first night, what we heard an hour after that, was that they were trying to effect arrest warrant on a traffic stop. Not factual. Not factual.
Colonel Edmondson says initially the 2 officers now charged with a crime claimed that Christopher Few tried to reverse his vehicle and ram it into one of their police cars. This is the cop car that was reportedly hit. The damage appears very minor. Was Christopher Few someone who deserves blame here?
Well, it doesn't seem from what we see, because we don't know why they were trying to chase him.
A source tells us the 2 officers now arrested fired a total of 18 shots at both father and son. Mr. Few was shot twice but survived and is listed in serious condition at a local hospital. The Avoyelles Parish coroner says young Jeremy was shot 5 times in the head and chest.
I can tell you he didn't suffer. He didn't suffer. And his dad was near him, but he did not suffer.
The 2 law enforcement officers arrested usually work for the Marksville City Police Department, but on the night of the shooting, they were working for the city marshal's office. Law enforcement is confirming to CBS News they are probing whether or not one of the officers arrested has a personal grudge against Christopher Few and may have sought revenge with gunfire. Anthony?
David Begnaud in Marksville, Louisiana with that very disturbing story. Thanks, David.
Yep. There are probably Mesa officers out there that have a grudge against me. maybe someday this will happen to me. Or MCW Joker, or Tempe Against Police Violence, all of us. So be very careful out there. Be very aware of what you are doing. It's very serious when you videotape officers doing wrong. They tend to get grudges against you, as they have me. So this just goes to prove that they just make up their own laws. They make up their own rules. They patrol the streets their way. They are not out there to protect and serve. Most officers come on the job and they want to get the most exciting things that are happening. Send me to this one. Send me to that one. They're looking for that adrenaline rush. They're not out there to protect and serve. They're out there to make their job more exciting, to get the high-profile arrests, to make up stories so they can search your vehicle. And just, it's happening all over this country, and more people need to be videotaping the police at all times. I can't stress that enough. So cop watchers and auditors out there, beware that officers do have grudges against you. I doubt that they'll take it to the point where they shoot you, but it's very possible. So be very careful out there what you do. Spittin' Cobra Cop Watch, out here keeping it real. I'm out.